Salut! Alors, bonjour mes petits et bienvenue. Right guys, welcome back and welcome to our next lesson on, we've started year 9 really, year 9 module 1, and you've done really well so far. We've already ticked off and we can do talking about how we use social media. You've done that, you've given that man a little mustache. We've done that and we've used that. What we're going to do today is move on to something, it is completely different. We're using and talking about how people look and their personalities. So how does this fit into our module talking about teenage life? It's just so important to talk about what people are like. And when you go to France, you're going to start the work with our exchange school first. This is what you're going to do. You're going to meet French people. You're going to talk about them. They're going to talk about you as well. So this lesson will be great because after this, you'll know what they're saying about you or when you go and meet them or when they come to England. So that's what we're going to do, describing people's looks, describing what people are like and their personalities. This is the next step of this module, something brand new. That's what we're going to do today. Let's get started. Alors, vous savez ce qu'il faut faire. S'il vous plaît, mes petits, il faut copier la date, ou plutôt, il faut faire la date en française pour moi, et il faut copier le titre du genre, comment tu trouves, qui veut dire en anglais, literally means how do you find. It's how you say what do you think of someone. Comment tu trouves. Et ici, on a le tableau et c'est le verbe vouloir. What does this verb mean in English? Tell me. Can you complete it? Think about the song. See if you can complete this. Put me on pause and go for it. Alors mes petits, right guys, so you should have the date, title, and you should have done our verb vouloir. You should have got all of that all ready for me by now. So let me explain what we're going to do today. We're talking about people's personalities so we can describe them, and we're using something called direct object pronouns. Ooh la la, that's a bit of A-level grammar, but we'll talk about and break it down. It's a really key difference between English and French, and it's really interesting to see how the languages do this differently. So by the end of this lesson, you'll be able to describe people's personalities using some new adjectives, and you'll be able to do it using a tiny bit of A-level grammar with our direct object pronouns. So that's what it's all about today. I'll test you on it. We've got some celebrities, some famous, world famous celebrities, some Glenthorne style celebrities. I'll be describing them and you'll have to work out which celebrity I'm talking about to guess who. That's how we'll test you today. We got a lot to go then. First off, I have a vouloir, a must know. We looked at it last lesson. We looked at vouloir and pouvoir. They are year 9 must knows. Did you know this verb? Vouloir is the verb to want, and it goes voulons, voulez, veulent. Et voilà, this is how it changes. Just keep in mind the je, tu, il, elle, on, they all sound exactly the same, but it goes xxt, and then voulons, voulez, veulent. Voilà, well done if you knew this verb. Let's get started. Alors mes petits chauffeurs, la première chose qu'on va faire, même si on n'a pas appris le vocabulaire avant, on sait bien le vocabulaire parce que c'est si similaire que l'anglais. Donc ici dans la boîte bleue, j'ai tout le nouveau vocabulaire en français. Ici dans la boîte orange, on a le vocabulaire en anglais. S'il vous plaît, trouvez la paire entre le français et l'anglais. Par exemple, comment tu trouves, c'est la seule question ici, donc la seule question ici, c'est j'ai, et voilà, tu veux la faire entre les deux. Vous avez 2 minutes à faire ça, et ici, j'ai un petit extra challenge. Use the words you've linked to see if you can work this out. Put a timer on your phone for 2 minutes, see what you can do. Bon courage mes petits, on y va! Alors, right guys, you should have restarted me, and this is what we've got then. Let's go for our answers. 2, 3, and 4 are so similar. Je le trouve, je la trouve, je les trouve. This is the A-level bit of grammar today. This here, our use of le, la, les, is a direct object pronoun. Now we know le, la, le, and les mean the, but when it's used in between our subjects, that's the thing doing the verb, and a verb, it can have a different meaning like it's got here. So, je le trouve, c'est masculin évidemment. Donc ça, c'est comment dire I find him. It can also mean I find it if the thing it is masculine. Je la trouve évidemment, c'est I find her. Et finalement, je les trouve, c'est I find them. So this is how you say what you think of someone. You can say, ah, je le trouve lunatique. Je le trouve cool. I, him, find is how you say it. We'll be talking about this later. Numéro 5, égoïste. Now, those of you good at English, you can work this out. You know what an ego is. So think to English and what ego links to. Égoïste veut dire, voilà, c'est J. It's how you say selfish. So ego is like when you think about yourself and what you think of yourself. So if someone has a big ego, it's one of those big-headed people who think a lot of themselves. So égoïste, you only think about your own self, so you are selfish in English. Alors, arrogant, c'est aussi similaire à l'anglais, hein? Donc, arrogant, c'est F, arrogant. Gentil, gentil. Regardez, il n'y a pas de gentle here, parce que gentil, gentil, ça ne veut pas dire gentle, ça veut dire kind. Voilà, this is what's called a faux ami. A faux ami means a false friend. So you can look at a word in French and it looks like an English word, gentle, mais c'est pas, it's not the same word. Remember, gentil, gentil veut dire kind en anglais. Alors, numéro 8, lunatique veut dire, it's how you say moody really. Il est lunatique, il est lunatique, je le trouve lunatique. Voilà, numéro 9, timide. Encore une fois, if you're good at English, you're good at French as well because the vocabulary is so shared. If you're timid, it's another way of saying you are shy. Voilà, timide veut dire shy. Et finalement, I love this word today. It goes jaloux, jalouse, c'est le féminin. Jaloux, jalouse, et c'est comment dire jealous en français. Voilà, alors donc, give yourself a mark out of 10, guys. 5 or more, you've done really well. Extra challenge then, this is what you should have done. You had to use the language that you just matched up. This is how to translate. How do you find the students in Mr. Ennis's class? I find them very moody. Je dirais, comment tu trouves les étudiants dans la classe de Mr. Ennis? Je les trouve très lunatiques. Et voilà. Right guys, let's have a little look at this and this here. Let's talk through our rules for the day. Voila, donc, there's 5 key questions today. Now, you won't be able to answer these yet. I'm going to keep showing you these throughout the lesson. What I want you to do when I do it is pause the video, see if you can answer them. And if you can't, rewind the video back to this. I'm so old, rewind the video. Go back on the video to this moment here and see and listen to the explanation again until you have cracked this. We're going to answer all 5 of these questions now. Alors, right guys, let's work through this today. Now, this is a bit of A-level grammar, but don't worry, we're only going to touch it today just to make sure you can use this. So, the first thing to do, remember this principle that in French, all nouns, that's things like I'm a noun, this table's a noun, my cup of coffee is a noun. All nouns are either masculin, it's a picture of my arm, féminin, Isaac sent me that, said he wanted to see it in the lesson, or they're still masculine and feminine, but things can be plural as well. So you have to understand that. It's the first step. Everything in French is masculine, feminine, and like it's either singular or plural. So in English, you can say I find him or her. So we can say that in French as well. You can say je pense qu'il est or je pense qu'elle est. That's absolutely fine. This works. This is what French people do all the time to talk about each other. But there's another way you can do it. In French, you say, and it's more like normal in French to say, I find him, I find her, or I find them. And this is how to say it. To say, I find him, you say, je le trouve. I find her, je la trouve. I find them, je les trouve. Hang on a second. What's wrong with this? The le, la, les mean him, her, and them. What's different about French? Je le trouve. You don't say I find him in French. You say I, him find, or I, her find, or I, them find. So the word order is different in French. This goes in between the subject and verb. So instead of saying I think Isaac, I think he is an idiot, I find him boring, you wouldn't say that in French. I mean, you would say that because it's true, but you'd say it in a different way. You'd say Isaac, je le trouve ennuyeux, I, him find. So the word order is different in French. You say I, him find, I, her find, or I, them find. So guys, have a little pause of the video. See if you can answer number 1 and number 2 so far. We've looked at these. What does je les trouve mean and how is it different to English? Now we're going to look at 3, 4 and 5. So put me on pause, answer these questions and then we'll move on. Alright guys, so we've talked just about nouns. All nouns are either masculine, feminine, they're either singular or plural. There's something different that happens to adjectives. What is an adjective? Yes, a describing word. There's something that's different that happens to adjectives in French that doesn't happen to English, and it's this. It's agreement. Now, we don't really have agreement in English. There's some examples like I've got here that show you agreement and different things, but it doesn't really happen. So, Mr. Ennis is a handsome man. Mr. Ennis is a pretty man. Now, both of these are obviously correct, and I've heard both these phrases being said a lot, obviously, in my life. But there's only one that I'd use, and I'd use this one as well. I am very pretty, but you'd probably say Mr. Ennis is a handsome man. That's the correct way to do it, because handsome is just an adjective you use for masculine, and pretty is more of a feminine description. Now, I don't know why. That's just what you use in English. Handsome is more for masculine, pretty is more for feminine. But apart from that example, there's not many times it happens. But for French, it's always this way. You've always got to think about the masculine version and the feminine version of something, and that is where we get, there we go, that is where we get our agreement from. Now, remember, usually in French to agree, we had an E for feminine and an S for plural, but it doesn't always work like that. This is the regular pattern. So, Mr. Ennis est intelligent. Madame Ennis, ma mère, est intelligente. La famille, mon frère et ma soeur sont intelligents et intelligentes. This is the usual pattern. But if it already ends in an E, you don't usually add an extra one for feminine. You still add the S. And then there's other irregular patterns, like if it ends in E, it changes to us, paresseux, paresseuse, paresseux, paresseuse, and that is a really common irregular pattern that you'll see. So like ennuyeux means boring, but if I was describing Jane Pine, I'd call her ennuyeuse, boring feminine. So you need to know these patterns as well. They're part of your daily test. Alors mes petits, so I've gone through and I've talked about the answers to these 5 rules. Put me on pause, see if you can answer them. If not, go back a slide. If you think you can and you're confident, the next slide, right, I'm going to put you to a little test on all 5 of these things at the same time. Alors mes petits, donc ce qu'il faut faire dans vos cahiers sur le papier, je montre donc ce qu'il faut faire ici, voilà, ici j'ai 3 phrases en anglais et on a un défi additionnel ici. Pensez de toutes les règles ici, essayez de traduire les 1, 2, 3 phrases, pensez des questions ici. Alors, put me on pause, guys, have a little go, and I'll talk through the answers in a second. Voila, right, guys, you should have your answers ready. Let's go for it. So, I find him intelligent. This is how to say intelligent. Remember, add an E for feminine, S for plural. I find him comes down to this one. Think about our word order you should have. Je le trouve intelligent. Voilà, I, him, find intelligent. No E or S, because this is masculine and singular. Alors, le deuxième, il faut changer 2 choses. I find her intelligent. Cette fois, c'est je la trouve intelligent. This is feminine, so this has to get an E. This is called agree, and it's got to agree with the thing it's describing. Alors, le troisième, I find them intelligent. C'est je les trouve intelligents. Voilà. So this is changed to plural, so this has got to be plural. You could have the S as well if all of them you were talking about were feminine. Et finalement, we find them quite funny. Now, if you had a go at this, brilliant. What happens to our verb when we talk about others? And what does it follow? You can't have trouve anymore because our verb's got to change. It's going to go to nous les trouvons assez amusants. Voilà. We then find quite funny. This is plural. This is plural. This is that changed verb. Guys, if you got the extra challenge, that is excellent GCSE French. Well done. If you didn't get any of these, when you watch the video again and come back to this slide and have another go. Alors mes petits, you are ready to learn some of our vocab now. We've got a lot to learn today. All of this is key GCSE language that you've got to know for your GCSE year, but also for when we do the exchange. This is what you'll need to do to describe people and talk about who you like, etc. Alors donc, on y va tout le monde. Il faut écouter moi, il faut répéter après moi. Et voilà, on commence. Donc, la question du genre, instead of saying what do you think of in French, you say how do you find. This is how to say it. Comment tu trouves? Comment tu trouves? Comment tu trouves? Je le trouve, je la trouve, je les trouve, je les trouve, je le trouve, je la trouve, je les trouve. Je le trouve, je la trouve, je les trouve. Et totalement. Totalement. Extrêmement. Trop, très, assez, un peu. Trop, très, assez, un peu. Trop très assez un peu. Totalement. Extrêmement. Trop très assez un peu. Trop très assez un peu. On continue. Et arrogant. Arrogant. Pénible. Pénible. Charmant. Charmant. Drôle. Timide. Généreux. Remember our feminine. Généreuse. 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 Gentil. There's a big change between masculine and feminine for that one. Gentil. Gentil. Généreuse. Gentil. Jalouse. That was nice. Jalouse. Gentil. Généreuse. Lunatique. Égoïste. Égoïste. So that little I with the dots on it, it just means to hold it on. So accents tell you how to pronounce the word. So E with the accent going up is like an I sound, the sound goes up, and then this I is like to say an E to hold it on. Égoïste. Voilà. Alors mes petits, let's put you to the test now. Là, on va jouer la bombe. On a joué la bombe beaucoup de fois qu'on est à l'école, mais maintenant il faut jouer à la maison, donc c'est plus difficile et très différent. Alright, so usually for the bomb, we're in two teams and you pass it to each other. Obviously we can't do that, so it would be you against me, or you against the bomb. So I've got the bomb here, it's a remote bomb. Sur mon portable, on my phone, je vais mettre 8 secondes sur la bombe. I'm going to put 8 seconds on the bomb et je vais démarrer ça. I will show you an image. Now, on this side, it will either be I find him, I find her, or I find them. So at home, you'll have to say what's here. So this would be je le trouve, parce que c'est masculin, and then you'll need to say whatever image this is. Remember, lunatique, I think this one is. So I'd say je le trouve, lunatique. I'd have 8 seconds to say that before the bomb explodes. So I'll give you an example. I've started the bomb, the 8 seconds is ticking down. This will flash up on the screen and I go, je le trouve, lunatique. I'm safe. Voila, there's the bomb. So I'm safe. Give yourself a point for that. You might even want to draw like a little grid of like you versus me. Here we go. Team Ennis. Team loser. There you go. So you, looks like a G, you versus me, and then just do like every time you win a point and you say it before the bomb goes, you get a point. If the bomb goes off and you haven't said it right, I get the point. There we go. Keep a little tally going and see what you can do. All right, let's go for it. First one was an example. I've got 8 seconds on the clock. Ready? 3, 2, 1, allez. Et voilà, right guys, 8 seconds is age. You should have got the point for that. Next one, I'm going to start the bomb now. Allez. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Et voilà, right, easy street. All right, okay, 8 seconds again from now. Allez. Et voilà, right, I think a lot of you would have got 3 out of 3. 8 seconds again for our next one. Ready? Allez. 3, 2, 1, et voila. All right, easy street. All right, one more. 8 seconds on the bomb. Et allez. Et 2, 1. Et voilà. Alright, do you know what? I think you're doing too well at this. Let's make it a bit more fun. Et voilà, this time you've got two things to say. So remember, you've still got to get this right. Is it masculine, feminine, or plural? Is it je le trouve, je la trouve, or je les trouve? And then think about this. Remember as well, if it's je la trouve, if the word's feminine, then you've got to change the adjective to feminine. Let's keep with 8 seconds to make it a bit of fun. All right, this is just the practice. This will be our first one. Timer's already going. Off you go, allez. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Et voilà, alright. I'm sure some of you didn't say this in that time. Chalk it up. Next one. Allez. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Et voilà. Right, guys. Well done if you're getting these. Let's move on. Next one. Allez. Et 3, 2, 1. Et voilà. Alright, one more. Alright, I'll start the bomb now. Go. Allez. 3, 2, 1. Et voilà. Alors, bon effort. Alright, guys. So, if you are absolutely rubbish at that, why don't you just rewind the video, have another little look, and see if you can start again. I think you're ready for our next challenge. Et voilà. Right, guys. So far so good. Put me on pause, make sure you can answer these 5 questions, and then we'll go on to our next challenge for today. Alors mes petits, donc c'est comme le bon, il faut changer l'activité un peu parce qu'on est toute seule à la maison. So, how are we going to play noughts and crosses on our own with no partner? It can be done. I was a very lonely child, so I know these tricks. So this is what we need to do. There's 10 seconds on your clock, so get your phone, get your timer, and put 10 seconds on your stopwatch. Okay, so the 10 seconds is noughts and you are crosses. Okay, so when you pick a square, you need to start your timer, use your vocab to help you. Yeah, you've got 10 seconds to say that square. If you get it right, then you win the square. If the alarm goes off before you said it, then you have to do like the circle for that square, so the 10 seconds gets it. So it's you all the time. Obviously you've got no one to play against, and like it's you against the 10 seconds. Let me give you an example. So there's 8 seconds on my phone, but I don't need the full 10. I'm so much cleverer than you. So here we go. So I'll move it up to 10. All right, so 10 seconds on the timer. Starting my timer, and I'm going for this square here, center square. Je le trouve extrêmement énervant, casse-pied. Voilà, okay, so I have 1 second left on that, so I win that square. Alright, okay, so then I go to my next one. I'm just going to go for the tough ones. I'm going to go for bottom right. Okay, restart my timer, and je le trouve très charmant, mais aussi je le trouve assez timide. Alright, I got that in time, so I win that square. There's my timer going off. Alright, okay, so 2 out of 2. I just need this one to win it. Okay, 10 seconds, started my timer. I find him, et je le trouve. Quiet is assez, and then shy is timide. Done it just in time. Voila. So I've won 3 in a row. Now obviously you won't be as good as that because you're far more stupid than me, but see what you can do. 10 seconds on your timer and go for it. This is difficult, so once you've done this activity, there's 2 more to go. Put me on pause, have a go at this one, restart the video when you practiced. Okay guys, this is the second activity. What I've done is just put some tricky things in here. So think about how to say I hate, and then you'll need to say I, them, hate. Use this to help you out. Alright, this is the most difficult one. I've added a few extra verbs with a few different things to do it. You need to work this out as well in your 10-second time. Have a go at this, guys. It's on your sheet. Restart me when you're done. Alors mes petits, right guys, an excellent effort today. I think you would have worked really hard. This is quite hard to do when you're at home and I'm at home, but I know you'll be working hard on this and doing really well. We're going to finish by putting you to the test today. See if you can answer these 5 questions. If you're good, move on. We're going to play Find the Celebrity. Alors mes petits, donc on va finir avec un contrôle. So, how can we test you at the end of this? I would love to play bingo with you, but obviously that's not going to work. So this is what we've got. It's a different way of doing it. Alors donc, ce qu'il faut faire, vous avez une grille sur la feuille. Donc, il y a 5 person possible. Voilà, voilà, voilà. Mr. NS va décrire la célébrité ou la vedette. Il faut écouter moi et il faut écrire le nombre de personnes qui je décris ici. Ici, j'ai les adjectifs pour décrire la personne ou les personnes plurielles. Alors, obviously, I've had to be dishonest with Mr. Hume and Mr. Gillies because they're both my boss, so they're not really charming, kind, and generous, but there we go. So, you know how this works, guys. I'll describe the person. I'll say 3 adjectives to describe them. You've got to listen to me and you've got to tell me which celebrity I'm talking about. So let's go through the celebrities. I'd be surprised if you didn't know these. This is Simon Cowell. This is Robert Pattinson, Harry Potter fame. Victoria Beckham, Ant and Dec, not to be confused with Mr. Hume and Mr. Gillies. Very similar personalities. This is Beyonce. This is Paul Pogba. This is David Beckham, and then this is Oprah Winfrey. She's really famous in America. If you don't know who she is, you need to get out more. Alors, donc, obviously you're not allowed out at the moment. But anyway, alors donc, je vais les décrire et je vais dire les adjectifs. To make it tougher, I might jumble up the order of adjectives. So listen really carefully. If you want to test yourself, right, I'd ban your vocab for this. Make sure you don't look at it. See if you can work it out. You can pause me, you can rewind, you can listen as many times as you want. See if you can work out the people. I'll use them one time, yeah? So if you've already done Victoria Beckham, cross her off to help you out with the rest of them. All right, personne une. Voilà, personne une. Dit. Je les trouve assez charmants. Je les trouve très drôles. Et aussi, je les trouve assez jaloux. Okay, who is that? We can rewind me and listen to person 1 again, see if you can work it out. If you're ready, let's move on to personne numéro 2. Alors, la deuxième personne, je dirais que je la trouve très lunatique, mais je la trouve charmante aussi et je la trouve très égoïste. Alors, here is that, guys. Rewind me if you're not sure. If you're ready, maintenant, je vais décrire personne numéro 3. Alors donc, je la trouve très généreuse. Elle a donné beaucoup d'argent aux organisations caritatives. Aussi, je la trouve très gentille. Plus, je pense qu'elle est assez timide. Okay, rewind if you didn't get person 3. We're going to move on to person 4. I'm going to mix up the order of the adjectives now just to make it a bit tougher. So listen up. Alors, personne numéro 4, je les trouve très gentil et je les trouve extrêmement généreux. Plus, je les trouve très charmantes. Alors, feel wrong even saying that. Et finalement, personne numéro 5, le dernier, je le trouve assez gentil. Aussi, je le trouve généreux. Plus, il est extrêmement charmant. Et voilà, alright guys, so if you didn't get any of those, you can listen to this again and again and again. Let me go through the answers then. Personne 1 était Ant and Dec. Personne 2 était Beyoncé. Personne numéro 3 était Oprah Winfrey, celui-ci. Personne 4, c'était évidemment Mr. Hume et Mr. Gillies. Et finalement, personne 5 était David Beckham. Voilà, right guys, a really good effort today. This is our vocabulary for this week. So, let's go into your homework, which you'll need to do before next lesson. Et voilà mes petits, this is your homework for this time then. So, the most important thing for all of you, you're at home, you're looking for things to do, you need to get into good habits, get on to memorize. Year 8 and 9 and 10 are absolutely killing memorize at the moment. So, make sure you're not left behind in all this time, yeah? You need to get on to memorize and learn every bit of vocabulary for today until it is perfect. I'll open the link, I'll put it on this description. Then I've got 2 activities for you. This one here is all about our patterns and how things change. So arrogant, 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 beau, belle, beau, belle. This needs to be completed. Fill in the table. You'll be able to do this. Think about our patterns and what to do. And then over here, we've got jumbled sentences. So how do you find Wayne Rooney? I find him mad, a pain, a bit, and very. No way. Put the words in the right order to put these sentences in the correct order if you can. And then this bit here, you've got a little gap fill. You use these words once, just like a vocab test, but a lot harder. 16 words. Can you put them in? The trick is, right, is it talking about something that's masculine and plural? Is it talking about two feminine things? You need to work it out. Masculine, feminine, plural. This is a really tough task today. So all those three things, you need to have conquered all these rules before next lesson, because it's going to be tough. Right, year 9. Excellent effort today. If you've got any problems, remember your tutor, your head of year, still on their emails. They've still got a duty to look after you. So anything big or small, you can email them. Any questions about French, email me. Happy to hear from you guys. All right, an excellent effort today. Bravo mes petits chauffeurs. See you the next time. Merci. Au revoir.